Hi, Stunner.
Hi.
Good
How
to see
are
you.
you, handsome?
I'm very happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you. This is wild.
It's all happening.
It's all happening.
Please believe it.
The very first time we met, I remember auditioning for Bring It On.
Yeah.
You were not in the room. I was attempting to rap. You came in like midstream and you were like, "You sound great. You're doing great. I'm just gonna." And I was like,
Oh, was I late?
You were late. So it wasn't like an official meeting, but I remember being like, "That's Lin-Manuel Miranda," and he looked me in the face.
Oh, good gracious.
It's great.
I more than anything remember your first time on stage in front of an audience. And it was like, the energy was like, you were like,
I don't know what to do. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay still. It was so bad.
You think I'm frightened of you, man? We almost died in the trench while you were off getting high with the French.
I remember when you and Alex Lacamoire, were putting together like first readings of Hamilton, or what I knew to be the first readings of Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at you and being like, I'm not ready for this part, but I'd like to be in the show. I knew it from then. I was like, no, but I really would like to be in the show. And I'm just really glad the whole thing like lives on Disney Plus forever and ever, so we can all go back and rewatch and think, because very much like West Side Story and Encanto, there are these themes that we also have to, and Tick Tick Boom for that matter, we all have to like keep revisiting these very valuable lessons right now. There's a lot going on in the world.
This is that moment. It's the first time people are going to see the show that aren't just us.
the best thing, having done the show with Leslie and Karen in 2014, was that I knew there was a community of people who just loved Jonathan Larson, his friends and his family, and that was going to be like our greatest resource. That we were going to go have dinner with his girlfriend, be like, all right, what was really fucking annoying about him? Figuring all that stuff out was so much fun. And then Andrew was like our human Ouija board for it.
That's amazing.
If something felt weird in his gut, we were like, all right.
Follow the gut. That's
like,
important.
Let me know.
I love that. You are an actor, you are a creator, but now you are a full-fledged director, my friend.
What I felt I could bring to it, because a lot of people could make a great movie with Tick Tick Boom, but I have been a struggling songwriter on a deadline. You have seen me.
Yes.
That was where I felt I could be useful to Andrew as like, this is what it's like. There's one moment where he straight up steals like a move of mine. If he gives me a note like this lyric isn't quite working, I always try to fix it right then, so I don't have to think about it later. So, like I look up into my brain and I try to, and he does it in the movie, and he jacks it for the movie, and it's just like, no, I'm gonna fix it. Hold on a second. Rhyme, slime, rhyme. Like, and I'm
That's
just
so real, though.
Yeah. You have been now up close on 3 shows in process, not just Bring It On and Hamilton, but Donna, where you're literally seeing us like, well, let's try this ending, and trying stuff out. Anything from just your workshop experiences and like literally working on shows in process that came in handy, like that was like already in your tool belt when you were in rehearsal for West Side?
You guys, Andy Blankenbuehler, and you and Amanda Green, you were always like, if you feel something, say something.
Yeah.
And that honestly it's simple advice, but it's been the greatest advice. So I did. If I felt something while I was in the room for West Side, I said something.
Yeah.
Or I just kept going with it.
Yeah.
You know, Steven had a shorthand with me where he was like, she's feeling something, don't do anything. Or I would just put my hand up and then I'd keep going with a moment. And that's how I've learned to work.
Yeah.
And it serves the characters really well, but it's not just about the characters, it's about the story.
Yeah.
Ah, y ahora yo no soy parte de la familia. ¿Y por qué? Porque soy prieta.
You met me when I first got to New York, and I was just trying to be an actor, right? I remember I was like, I'm Puerto Rican, and you were like, soy puertorriqueña. And I was like, because I do not speak Spanish. I'm not fluent. And I thought for the longest time that made me less of what I was. And maybe I shouldn't talk about my background because perhaps I didn't represent the community well enough. And so when the movie came around and even just deciding to walk in the room, I was like, I don't know if I'm really what you're looking for. I have the skill set, but maybe my background isn't good enough. I was pleasantly surprised that, you know, this was a group of people that was like, no, you are very much enough.
Yeah.
And, you know, we love you. If we will hold your hand, you are our Anita.
Y nuestro Romeo América.
My relationship to Spanish is exactly my relationship to music. I can speak it. I can talk to anybody in the world in Spanish, but if you ask me to write it or if you ask me to read it, I'm slower. I would spend my summers in Puerto Rico and I would just get sent to my grandparents, and that was my total immersion time. My grandparents didn't speak English, my aunt and uncle didn't speak English, and I would dream in Spanish because I was kind of surrounded in it. It was very clear very early, like, this song's gotta be in Spanish. It's like the foundational story of the movie. It required more than my conversational Spanish. Right. It required more than what I used to get through the day in Washington Heights. And so, you know, I had my thesaurus and I had my beautiful metaphor, and then I started dreaming in Spanish again.
Did you?
Which I had not done since I was like 15 years old.
Ooh, that's special. That's full circle.
Yeah, and it was like kind of all hands on deck, like my brain being like, let's go.
We got to do this.
We got to go. This is important.
I saw someone tweet like, who knew we would get an animated film about generational trauma, but talk about it in a way that is tangible for young people. It still comes back to love and
100%. Yeah, there's no bad guy in the movie except how tight we hold on to each other and our fixed ideas sometimes of each other inside a family. You know, the lesson of the movie is them seeing all of each other as opposed to the part that they value.
Right. By the way, I never told you this. You were great in Mary Poppins.
Oh, you're so nice.
Tomorrow's here, it's cold today. So count your blessings, you're a lucky guy.
That offer came along, and here were the reasons I said yes. Rob Marshall made the best modern musical in Chicago.
He did.
I want to watch him direct. I will learn things watching him direct. My wife wants to live everywhere in the world. And I wrote a whole show about how I never want to leave Washington Heights. So this is a great way for us both to be happy, because I'll be working and learning and she will get to live in London. And so that was the decision making. It was sort of like what's best for my family and my space, but also watching Rob Marshall is going to make me a better director if they ever let me direct a movie.
And then guess what?
And they did let me.
God bless that Julio.
Yeah, but it was really, what do I want to learn next?
Yeah.
And that's more, I find more than anything,
good.
that's what guides my decisions. Like, I'm going to learn bring it on. I wanted to write in a room with Tom Kitt and Amanda Green. I was like, we never get to write with other composers, you know, get to see how someone else does it.
Mary Poppins!
Ari, you can act and you can sing and you can make us feel a lot of things. So I imagine the offers coming your way are pretty infinite and crazy. I mean, what's the compass you're finding in terms of it? Because a lot of it is saying no to the good so you can say yes to the best.
But it's also like the best for you.
Right.
Every offer I get, I read.
Yeah.
Full stop. I read every single thing. I felt like I had to make a lane for myself. And so now that I have opportunity, I actually do give due diligence to every offer that comes because I'm grateful.
There's the stories inside you that you want to tell. And
and that's half and half.
Which you carry around like luggage, right? Like, here's the things I feel like I have to offer.
Yeah.
And then there are the things that come along where you go,
I gotta do that.
I'll kick myself forever if
If
I
I don't
part
do
of
it.
that. I love you.
I love you.
I'm really glad we did this and
Me
got
too.
to check in, even if it was in front of
Yeah,
cameras.
you're so busy. I appreciate you
Yeah.
making the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the coolest.
Yeah.
Crazy
All right.
party. Let's go.
We'll see you Sunday.
Oh.